Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be discussing this week, player?
Ryan, on this week's show, another train derailment, an evacuation, and fire. Plus, billionaires and politicians face off. Let's hope both sides lose. What about you, Ryan?
Tyler, this week I have got a bartender confession that you are going to need to hear if you like terrible things. And every single person who listens to this podcast is leaving with enlightenment. Ooh. How about that? Beat that, Joe Rogan. Let's do it. How will I know if I've turned crazy, Tyler? If I've turned crazy.
I was hoping you were going to say gay.
Why? What? Oh, please. We've all been burying that for years. We're beyond that now.
I believe that is where the phrase catch-22 comes. I don't think crazy people can know that they're crazy.
Is that a hard and fast rule? I knew that you were going to say this because we've had this conversation before, and I think that I can prove it. But let's. I'm interested in that week in review. Can you be crazy and have the awareness that you're crazy? Now, I think we're using an outdated term by saying crazy.
That's what I was just about to say. Not only outdated, but just vague. What does crazy mean?
He's got the crazy. We're going to have to put him down, Paul.
He done caught the crazy.
Yeah, I told him not to go out to that dock when the sailors came in. Now, Tyler, I'm just using it as a catch-all term. You know what I mean? I'm just using it. Everybody knows what I mean. I don't want to specifically...
You're not disparaging anybody.
Right. I'm talking about myself. Yeah. I really feel some parts of my connection to this tenuous thing that we call reality slipping, and I wonder if I'm getting the crazy, and I want to ask.
Well, it's a good question, but what if you just... Man, there's no way to answer this without sounding full kook, so get the kook alert ready.
Hold on, let me switch over. I'll see if we need it.
I'm just going to go full into it, and I apologize to the audience. What if you are just learning new things about reality and your perception is changing, and what you are describing is crazy, is you just transcending to another level of reality? Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was hoping you would say.
Tyler, do you want anybody to listen to this show?
I apologized ahead of time.
Are you on DMT right now?
I'm transcending, Ryan.
Come down from there and sit in your seat, Tyler. Well, that's all well and good, but here's my thing, and I love that we're very thought expanding, and we'll talk about the weird stuff that lamestream media isn't going to bring you. That felt bad.
Where are you at, CNN?
My name's Fox, and these are my friends. So here's the thing. I like that, but I'm thinking more in the genre, not of spiritual enlightenment, but more of true crime, okay? Here's I know.
You could have mentioned that before I said all that crazy
Tyler,
shit.
We're sleeping in the same house. Be very afraid. Yeah, I'm being dead serious about this one, and I'm kind of afraid, okay?
All right.
My whole life, I still use bar soap sometimes, okay? I know I sound like an actual dinosaur, but I like bar soap for
You mean a hard bar of soap?
Right.
Oh, that is so 1800s.
Let me ask you a question. Do you wash your face with a loofah? What do you do with your face?
No, I use my hands. I put a little body wash in my hands and then scrub my face.
It's not body and face wash. It's body wash.
But your face is part of your body.
Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. I like what I like, okay?
Okay.
And if I just want to wash my butt real quick, I don't want to pull out a loofah.
Do you go butt first and then face, right?
Of course.
Okay,
absolutely.
Good.
The soap cleans you.
I was going to say, the germs that you're catching really help your face stave off extra disease.
That's exactly right. It's kind of like getting an inoculation of poop. So, sorry about that. Tyler, I'm being serious
We're
right
off
now.
to a hot start.
Tyler, come back. Less inoculations, more worried about my psyche.
I'm sorry.
I've been using the same soap for all of my life. Yeah. It's just the way that I like it.
You know what you like.
All of a sudden now, for the first time, I feel like it's leaving a film on me that I can't get rid of out of nowhere. And it's gotten to the point where I have switched soap brands and I am finding the same thing. Now, this reminds me of Richard Chase. All of a sudden, he, at one point in his life, he thinks that he's having diminished blood and he's got to start drinking geese like Go-Gurt. Am I okay? I can't get it off me, Tyler.
Richard Chase is the vampire of Sacramento.
Everybody knows who Richard Chase is.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, God.
And
get your life together.
You can't just say drinking blood out of a goose like a Go-Gurt and just move on as if nothing had just happened.
Excuse me. Snapping the head off a goose and then drinking it like a Go-Gurt.
There
Like,
you go.
it's painting a word picture.
That's better. He actually did that.
Am I okay?
I think those two things are very, very far apart.
Because geese do look delicious. Can we?
Well, I bet you they are delicious. I don't want to drink their blood. I mean, why not just switch to liquid soap then?
I'm just worried. I swear to you, when you go through any of these true crime things, there's always a turning point where this person that you once knew has turned into this other person, okay?
That's what aging is, Ryan.
Oh, I know, but I feel like I'm doing it in a scary fashion. How about this? I swear this is true. I have always talked to myself. Everybody talks to themselves. You talk to yourself, right? That's not
all the time.
That's not crazy.
Out loud, all the time.
If you're not talking to yourself out loud, you're just thinking.
That's very true.
Right.
Very true.
I talk out loud to myself inwardly. I want to be respectful of all the other voices. So the thing is, I have subconsciously recognized that when I'm in public, if I'm going to talk out loud to myself, that can be disturbing to other people. And without noticing, I now talk out loud to myself, but while whispering.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that without thinking about it, I am still somehow cognizant of like, hey, this could be weird.
Well, that is one of those things that it depends on who you ask. They're going to give the okay on. I say it doesn't matter how weird you look. You're not hurting anybody. So do your thing. Well, then it becomes a problem.
I friggin' might.
But do your thing anyway because you're not hurting anybody. And I will also acknowledge that, of course, there are going to be some people that see you whispering to yourself and think that looks super fucking weird. And so what?
No, and I'm with you. And it's just that embarrassment factor, I guess,
Sure.
like when you're singing out loud and then all of a sudden somebody's there that you didn't see. But and we need to get into the show. We're going way too far.
This is the show.
Is it? Have you started recording, Tyler? But I'm in the gym bathroom and I'm listening to a podcast and I respond to it. It's just the way that I am.
Oh, I've heard you.
But I know. Sorry about that, by the way. And subconsciously, I know I'm not thinking about it. I'm whispering and I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm there and I'm just finishing up peeing and then all of a sudden I'm like, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
And I don't remember what I said, but I just, I whispered and all of a sudden I hear, and I turn around and there's somebody in the stall, Tyler, and it was, I got the hell out of there. I'm pretty sure I peed in my pants. And am I okay? Am I going crazy? These things are bleeding into reality. And also, I don't think that's real.
I think that what is happening is you are becoming more comfortable in your own skin and you're allowing yourself to
How do I stop? Thank you for saying that. How do I go back?
There is no going back,
I want
buddy.
to Benjamin Button my ego.
You cannot plug yourself back in,
Take me back to the source. My name is Ryan.
And my name is Tyler.
And we are those guys you hate. Salutations, my Haitians. I have not said that in a long time. And Tyler, please tell people what my Haitians are. I don't think we've ever distinctly expressed it on air.
Well, we are those guys you hate.
Right.
So our Haitians,
Right.
it is without the I.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that one's taken.
That's less offensive.
Yeah.
I don't know that I like that.
Yeah.
You got the Beliebers.
You do.
You got the Bayhive.
Is it the Swifties?
You got the,
Is that what they're called?
Be careful.
I love the Swifties.
You fucking right you do.
I love it. Bad Blood, workout banger.
Absolutely. And you got the Haitians,
Yeah.
the Haitian Army. I specifically want to say thank you to the Haitian Army. And I specifically want to say
Thank you to all of you.
thank you to you, Tyler. And not just that, I think you deserve a congratulations.
Wow! Congratulations!
Highest honor.
Because this is our best month ever. This is our most listened to month ever, which is interesting. And listen, here's a little house cleaning here. I don't want to get too deep into it because this is probably a little bit too self-serving.
It's the only way I know how to do it, Ryan.
You're off the show.
Yeah,
This
This
a
has been a good
solo
run.
podcast.
Been a good run.
Was it?
Been a good run.
Was it? I don't have time for you to do balls deep humor right now, Tyler. I'm congratulating Michelle.
If not now, then when, Ryan?
You're right. Everybody chill. So, no, but what I do want to say is that, Tyler, right? We're not doing social media. We're not doing anything other than coming in here and really getting into the rhythm of expressing our lives through this podcast. And I know we're not very serious on here very often, but I would like to say that the reason that this is the only answer that I can have is word of mouth.
Yeah.
And for all of that, the people who feel like they're part of it, people that I talk to all the time, thank you. This is fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
And we love it and we want to build on it.
And if I may build on what you just said.
You may not. We're moving
today,
on.
Too bad, April 1st.
Wow.
This is our 3-year anniversary since we've gone live.
So we're starting, since we've gone live.
Since we went live to the world, April 1st, 2020. Today is year 3, the anniversary.
So do I have this wrong? So is May 30th, 2019 the day that we thought of it, the last day of Ultra?
Correct.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So it took us a year to get it together?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Absolutely. We practiced for a while.
Lazy fucks. Now, Tyler, so again.
Or you mean March 30th.
Congratulations
not
to us and congratulations to everyone.
Wow, congratulations.
Speaking of which, Tyler, on last week's show, Unsolicited Dick Pic Day received a huge response.
It couldn't have.
It did.
It could
A lot of people had a lot of things to say, Tyler, about Unsolicited Pic Day. Unsolicited dick pic. Just hog shots. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, why did you get all of them? I haven't seen any.
Well,
are you advertising on Grindr?
Tyler, I am always advertising. I keep my zipper down. So today, I wanted to keep that going. When we find something hot, we're a young grassroots podcast.
We are,
and if we find something that works, we got to keep it going. Today, everything but the tip day, Tyler. Everything but the tip day. Now,
wait a minute. How do you do everything but the tip?
It means different things to different people.
You going sideways?
Tyler,
what are you supposed to do?
Tyler, have a little tact. Now, something that you and I have kind of shared a lot, not just on the show, and as a matter of fact, it kind of is a template for the show. I don't think I'm saying anything that's shocking.
Okay.
And something that you and I talk about off air is the Dan Le Batard Show. Please just give a vague idea of what that is.
Well, it is a sports talk radio show that, sometimes talks about sports, and they started as a local show down here in Miami, and then they got picked up by ESPN where they worked for many years, and they grew their audience by the millions.
Sure.
Yeah, and now they have since left ESPN, and now they are their own entity, Meadowlark Media.
Which is really cool, and if I could be honest again here for a minute, it's somebody who I think of him as giving me a lot of my morals. He
a teacher.
He aspires to better, and some people probably see that in a different way, just the way I've interpreted it. And I've been very thankful for him. Now, what's unfortunate about him and his podcast is we got beef, Tyler. We got beef.
Did they take something else of ours?
Yes, and they won't quit. It's a non-quitting beef. It's a queef. And the thing is, they're stealing our shit, Tyler.
Yeah, they have been for a while.
They're stealing our shit. Yeah. I was listening to the show the other way, and these mother bleepers, whom I respect
and love,
came in with everybody respects a safety cone. They talked about how you could throw a safety cone in your car, take it around with you, and nobody will bleep with it. Brother, I did that a year ago.
Yeah, you did.
Get off my D.
And we have a timestamp on yours, which shows you said it first.
Tyler, actually,
you were the first to it.
I wrote that down on a piece of notebook paper and I mailed it to myself.
That's official.
You guys are in trouble.
That's official.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Also, they did a whole thing on how they don't respect steak shamers, people who judge you based on your steak temperature.
I remember that.
I'm through with it. I'm through with it, and I'm not doing it anymore. And I am, Tyler, lashing back. I'm doing one of their bits better than them, Tyler.
Oh, can I ask what it is?
I am doing celebrities whose names connote cars.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it better than them.
Right up your wheelhouse, man.
Right up my wheel drive.
Yeah.
My drive shaft, I don't know cars, Tyler. I've got a couple OLIs here, Tyler. Let me see how many I got.
That means outside looking in.
Outside looking in. Wait.
Not good enough to make the list, but just good enough that they must be mentioned.
Okay, and you tell me what you think of these, okay?
All right.
All right, so here are my OTIs. What do you think about Frank Sinatra?
That's not a name.
What? What about the Ultimate Warrior? We have Chevy Chase.
Okay. All right.
So you're
that was okay.
Well, by you saying it like that, you're disparaging my. What's your problem with Frank Sinatra?
Because it's not a name.
Tyler. Well, if you don't like that, we're in serious trouble. How do you feel about Mini Cooper Driver? I mean, that one's complete. That's everything you need.
That was pretty good.
Camaro Diaz.
It's just play on words.
Tyler, you don't respect Don Lemon?
Okay. The Lemon's not really a car, just a term for a shitty one.
All right, so let's go ahead and do my top 5. Are you ready?
Okay.
Number 5,
oh my God, we haven't even gotten to the list yet.
Freddie Mercury.
All right.
Okay, that one's okay?
That was good. That's a car.
All right. Honestly, you're making
You're not
this.
playing the game
You're
right.
a terrible Stugotz. Show me Larry T-Bird. All right, Tyler.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's giving himself the sound effects, by the way. I have no control over whether this gets the ding
excuse
or
me,
the whack, whack, whack.
The producer is taking care of this. Show me Audie Murphy. Nothing on that one?
No.
Really? Okay, fine. Betty White Bronco.
Okay.
It's an OJ reference.
I get it.
And finally, number 1, Destiny's Child seat. That's how you do it, Le Batard.
Not a car.
That's how you do it. You understand what I'm doing there?
I'm on Le Batard's side.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than they make it look. I mean, they're good at that shit, Tyler. They're funny. And when they're funny and I fail at something,
we're bad.
It makes me sad. Mm-hmm. So let's do Depression Index, Tyler.
Love it.
What? The Depression Index. You really bailed on me there, Tyler.
I didn't know what to do.
You left me stranded.
Yeah. It's like when somebody gets too drunk and they start making a bleeple out of themselves and you just look away.
I did piss my pants. So what this segment here is where Tyler and I, we spin a wheel, but we really use this as a device to talk about our mental health this week. Mine's much worse than when I started that other thing that I just did, Tyler. But how about you? How are you doing this week?
I'm actually doing great, Ryan. I am doing,
I hate that.
Dare I say, amazing. I am going to be very, very cautious about how I move forward with this.
Tempt fate, Tyler. I dare you.
I've already gotten the kook alert once. I can't do it again, Ryan. I've actually, a lot of changes in life, and I've been challenging myself, something I never did earlier in life.
We're getting old.
Yeah, man. And I've, started doing stand-up, and our last week is this week coming up, and this Friday we're doing our own show. Like, we're getting on the main stage, and the entire night is going to be ours.
How long do you have up there?
Just 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes.
That's a decent amount of time.
Sure. But not like a whole stand-up special or anything like that. I
would be into like sock puppets by minute 4. Alright.
And it has been an awesome experience. And also, I have just started. I'm almost done with it, actually. Taking a class on a new form of meditation. It's called Vedic meditation. And I have been doing it.
That's kind of gay.
Yeah, for 3 days. And just in those 3 days, this difference that I have felt waking up in the morning is substantial.
Really?
I woke up this morning, dare I say, bliss might be too strong of a word, but it's not far off. Yeah. I woke up in an amazing mood this morning.
And why do you think that is? What do you accredit that to?
Well, I had such a hard time getting a meditation practice down for years.
Yeah.
I've not been able to do a consistent meditative practice. This one that I'm doing is the exact opposite of the one that you do.
Which is
mindful meditation. Yours is mindful meditation where you focus on the breath, you focus on your butt bones touching the ground, you focus on...
You gotta spread them. You gotta really push them into the ground.
That's what duct tape is for, man. Tape each cheek the opposite direction.
Tyler... I have some thoughts on that, but in a different subject. But please...
Taking notes?
Right. Each cheek spread. Right, heard. Okay, so go on.
And so with that one, it is focus, focus, focus. You must focus on something.
Like what? Like a flame or
No. In yours that I'm talking about, you focus on your breath. You focus on, whatever it is. In this one, it is the exact opposite. You let your mind wander. You let it go wherever it wants to go.
And you're just kind of watching it like a river floating by.
Kind of, but then there is also, and this is where it gets...
Tyler, please stop making me do this. I'm running out of sound.
This is where it gets kooky.
All right, let's see what I got.
I was given a personal mantra.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I was already ready to play the song.
Yeah, you should. You should. And so it's a personal mantra that was given to me. And
tell us what it is.
That cannot. I'm going to take it
you're
with
holding
me.
back from the army. Come on.
Take it. I have to take it with me to my grave because if I say it out loud, it loses its meaning.
Can I guess it?
you would never be able to guess it.
Shawala?
No!
Oh, man. It was written all over your stupid face.
I had to write it down. I was going to forget it.
You fool.
And it has been just this blissful experience. And now I want to meditate. I am now
great,
doing
Tyler.
it the last few days. I'm doing it twice a day, 20 minutes each time.
That's excellent, man.
It's been amazing. So,
And I will say this very quickly, as somebody who is going on 10 years of a meditation practice, it waxes and wanes. It ebbs and flows like you working out or relationships. Sometimes it's going to be really easy. Sometimes it's going to be really hard. But just like the gym, if you have the desire to do it, you're doing great. That's it. You're not always going to be spot on. But and I think as you go along, you can bring that meditation into your regular life. I'm done lecturing.
Absolutely. No, not even a lecture. You're absolutely right, because much like finding a therapist, much like finding the right antidepressant medication, you have to find the type that works for you.
Absolutely.
And this one, and it's only been a few days.
We all learn differently.
We'll see exactly.
Yep.
But so far it has been an amazing experience. I have a date tonight. I am going on a date, Ryan. I haven't been on a date forever.
That's really exciting, Tyler.
I am excited.
I want to do the comedy of the show, but genuinely seeing you happy and seeing you expand. You're in your early 30s, and that's when the Menendez boys open up. We're a deeply repressed people, and it's great to see you with a smile on your
but
face.
I'm coming out of it, baby.
Yeah, yep, I'm excited for you, man.
So I will just say, oh boy, I don't think I've ever done this before,
Shit,
Ryan.
Tyler, you're fucking yourself over.
This week, I am at a 2.
Oh,
It's never been so short before.
The pride comes before the fall, and hopefully we can turn it into content.
Oh, definitely.
Now, do you want to think that Tyler was just talking about something that was absolutely disgusting and ridiculous?
I do.
You know what I'm talking about today, Tyler?
What's that?
Enlightenment, baby.
Oh, boy.
We're getting enlightened, you motherfuckers. Now, Tyler, I've had a lot of thoughts on enlightenment because I really am expanding my perception of the world in a way that's embarrassing to talk about with other people. Now, enlightenment. What is enlightenment? Is enlightenment floating around on a lotus petal and ingesting moonbeams? Yes, it is, Tyler.
Ingesting moonbeams.
But also, could enlightenment just be the realization that you truly don't know what's good or bad for you? Think about that for a minute. Could enlightenment just be the realization that, dude, I've spent so much of my life chasing down these things that I thought is going to make me feel better and avoiding these proverbial lifesavers just because I think that I know what's right? Could enlightenment just be like, I don't know shit.
Yep.
I'm going to go with wherever this takes me because I don't truly know what's best for me. I'm tired of fighting the universe. Could that be what enlightenment is?
Absolutely. What my teacher tells us is that we should try to get away from the words right or wrong and change it to, does this work for me or does this not work for me?
Because if it doesn't, it is wrong.
Because our perception of right and wrong could be totally skewed. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
Right and wrong is totally subjective based from human to human.
I've heard there's no such thing as statutory rape on Mars, Tyler. Have you heard that?
That robot's going to get it.
I disagree with it. But I mean,
that was a weird reference to go to. Statutory rape.
On Mars. It's an alien people. They have a culture that we don't understand, Tyler. We'll cut that. So now, Tyler, what I am wondering if that realization could be something that just kind of opens up your life and really just stops me from trying to control every little facet of every little thing that happens because I think I know best. It's just recognizing that you don't, man.
Well, and also remember that it's fear that comes into play. Having to control everything is a way for us our brains.
I've been hurt in the past, Tyler, if I can be totally honest.
By reality.
Yes.
Is a way for us to keep ourselves safe and secure. And to let go of that perceived control can be terrifying.
It truly is. And experiencing that pain is the only way. Okay, we're done here. You
can only play the quick alert so many times.
Sorry. I mean, this has become a new age, just bullshit. This week, I'm feeling really good too, man.
Ooh, good for
I know,
you.
this happens very rarely.
Good for you.
This week, I'm at a 3, Tyler. 1, 2, 3. I was going to say I was at a 2, but I didn't want to do that whole... I didn't want to do that whole thing.
Woo! Winner.
We got to move on, Tyler. Very quickly, Story of My Life by One Direction. That's a workout banger. That's a workout banger, brother. Check that bad boy out.
I'd have to check it out. I can't comment on it.
Really, really worth checking out. I'm going to do one more thing. How long are we right now, Tyler?
35 minutes.
Oh, boy. I'm going to do one more thing really quickly. What do you have going on this week other than...
GBI and oof.
Give me an oof, Tyler. Oof me up. Oof me in my oof hole. Isn't that what I usually say? Is that my intro to this?
Something tells me it's going to be now.
Why is all of this so sexual? I don't understand. Are we okay?
By all of this, do you mean you?
You did the balls deep thing.
You did the balls deep thing.
Was that me?
You literally said the word balls deep.
I think I'm going crazy, Tyler.
And what's that film? That soapy film on your skin.
Can you see it? Tyler, I'm serious. Can you see it? I knew it. Tyler,
you're losing your mind, man.
Tyler, you do your oof, and I'm going to go Brillo pad my face.
Ryan, this is a rare
What is an oof?
An oof is just something that is shameful, something that we see behavior that we see in another person that just makes us uncomfortable when somebody does something shameful.
Cringy, as the kids say.
Cringy is a good word.
Cringe-inducing.
This oof is for me, Ryan.
Oof.
For me. And it's so funny you brought it up earlier, I went to Chick-fil-A last night.
Sure.
And it wasn't that busy. So I parked in the side of the parking lot where there were no cars, got out of my car, realized I was in two different spots simultaneously.
Okay.
I parked right in the middle between two spots. I took up two spots.
How does that happen?
No, I just wasn't paying attention enough, I guess. It was dark. I don't know.
Okay.
And it
could happen.
And sure. And I got out of the car, and normally I look down, I see I'm out of sorts. I get back in and fix myself, but there were no cars around. It was that side of the parking lot was empty.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like that big of a deal.
Got my delicious chicken, gay-hating, delicious chicken.
I mean, they are a gay-hating franchise that makes delicious chicken.
I came back out. The parking lot was filled, Ryan. I had to walk of shame to my car as a family was getting out of their van on the other side and just stared at me.
Yeah.
As a car was driving by, looking at me like, "Oh, you're gonna take up two spots, dude." My stomach was churning, my butthole puckered up. It was just a whole thing.
You know who's behind this?
Big Chicken?
Big Chick, Tyler. Big Chick. It goes right to the top.
I'm not sure how they lured me in, but they got me.
They got their beak and everything.
I am a very observant parker. I want to make sure there's enough space for everybody on each side. I convince myself, no big deal. There's no cars here. We're good. I come back out. I tricked myself, Ryan.
Yeah, you parked like a dick, Tyler.
Tyler.
You were a Peter Parker.
I'll take it. That's Spider-Man. I'll take it.
Bet you will.
Ryan, will you do me the honor and tell me I got a big old one this time?
Tyler, you got a big old honker this week, man. It is embarrassing and veiny and oof, Tyler.
Thank you. There it is. Now I can play the sound effect.
Oof. I did the dick thing again.
Yeah.
Fuck. Let's take a break and let's talk about this.
All right.
Those guys.
Does anybody look at Bob Marley and be like, you fucking pothead? Like, why don't you do something with your life? That guy believes that marijuana brought him to spiritual revolution.
Yeah, but he thought that and preached that while doing something with his life.
You hate.
It's hard to look at somebody who smokes weed all the time and say, do something with your life when you're like the biggest reggae star on the planet.
What'd he do? Sit on his freaking porch and just wait for his toe to kill him?
He was, Jesus.
No, Jesus, it was his hands and feet.
He was, good God, man.
No, God was the one who said so.
Stop talking.
Yes, you're right.
Those guys you hate.
Red circle.
Red circle. This damn thing just ain't working, brother. It just ain't working.
Another add it to the long list of technology that does not want to work for Ryan.
I just don't understand, Tyler. I just don't understand. Tyler, pickleball. Heard of it?
Yeah, it's I believe one of the fastest growing sports in America.
It's just something that everybody loves to say, isn't it? Just fast growing. No, and I don't mean, I've heard so many people say that.
No. I know. Because anytime anybody ever says pickleball, that is
fastest, that's exactly right.
The following sentence.
That's
every
exactly
time.
right. Like I have black friends. Like it's the.
Have you heard of pickleball? I have black friends. Those things don't trend.
Very athletic. I will tell you, it's so LeBron has a team, Tom Brady has a team.
Yep.
It is a multi-million, maybe more than that, sport, and it's just popped up out of nowhere. What if we got on the next round of that? That means that people are starved for a new sport. What else can we do?
Do you mean get on board with pickleball, or do you mean get on board with a different sport?
What about tetherball, Tyler? What about Major League Tetherball?
I don't think that's a fast-growing sport.
Tyler, Red Rover sends sponsors right over. Am I right?
It would be hard to get insured for that sport,
Yeah.
though. A lot of death in that
Sure,
sport.
this guy's got metal shoulders. That's not fair. But I'm being dead serious. All the other ones, I just want to say Red Rover send. I have it written down, sponsors.
Yeah,
Red
yeah,
Rover.
yeah.
What about
Big Rover.
Round Table? Truly, Round Table could be a sport where everybody has their own style, everybody has their own way of doing it, where I think there could actually be something there. Everybody listening to this has no idea what Round Table is.
No.
But it's a billiards game that we play in our family that doesn't involve the cues. It doesn't involve the sticks. You're just throwing the ball with just the white ball and the black ball.
Yeah, it's the cue ball and the 8 ball, and that's all you use.
It's a series of rules, and you get letters like horse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it sounds crazy. That could actually work.
Could be fun.
Mailing it to myself.
Could
Tyler.
be fun. Are we rich enough to get in on the pickleball game? Do we have LeBron and Tom Brady money?
I think that's in between tennis and golf. I think they may.
Those are two of the most richest sports ever.
I don't think we're going to have a chance. I think we might be able to play polo on horses, but other than that.
All right.
All right, Tyler, I am going to tell a quick little bar confession.
Another one.
I got to, dude, life, it happens fast.
If you didn't catch last week's bartender confession,
that wasn't fun.
Go to that one and
don't do it.
And listen to that one. That makes me sad.
It's a heart eater. That's what I called last week. I said before I told last week's bartender confession, there is no punchline here. Mm-hmm. We're all going to be worse off for it. This one, not like that. I think we're all going to have a nice little chuckle.
All right.
Bartender confession.
Bartender confessions.
Now, one of the things that I think that is so, I've said this on the show before, romanced about being a bartender or just being at a bar in general, is that alcohol itself serves as social lubrication. Mm-hmm. It lowers your inhibitions by definition. Now, it causes all sorts of other problems in between those things, but it will lower your inhibitions, so you really get to see people in a way that you're unaccustomed to. The other day, two young ladies come into the bar and they couldn't be friendlier. They're there to see somebody who also works there.
Okay.
And they played pool together the night before. They had such a good time. They came out to see her again.
Oh, that's really cool.
It really was.
I like that.
And it makes it even easier to get to know somebody when there's another intermediary that we both know, etc. It gives you something to talk about.
It was two women that came in to see a third woman that works with you?
That works there. She works the to-go area.
Okay, cool. Cool.
They come in, they're telling me about what a great time they had the night before, and she said, you know what? Me and this other woman, we connected immediately. We have the same tattoos. She has a lotus flower. I have a lotus flower. Okay. I said, oh man, I love the lotus flower. I love what it represents. She says, she has a Betty Boop tattoo. I have a Betty Boop tattoo.
Oh wow, what a coincidence.
Right.
Yeah.
And I expressed my how much I like the lotus flower, and she responded to me, you don't like Betty Boop? Yes, Tyler. Go ahead. You had your finger up.
No, that was really good. Was she being serious?
She was being serious.
Oh my God.
And if I could be honest, Tyler, I don't really care about Betty Boop.
No, that was back in before TVs had color.
A bygone time of a bygone era that we forgot on purpose. I mean, Betty Boop, what the hell did she ever do?
Well, she had the boop, boop, be-doop, boop.
Yeah, right.
I was just going to say
Doesn't
that
hold up.
It is really interesting how those little things can really bond people.
Well, if you're getting a tattoo of something on you, you assume that it's something that's very important in your life, hopefully. Not like that ESPN tattoo on Lil Wayne's face.
God.
Yeah, I mean, he really likes the channel, Tyler. Have you ever seen Around the Horn? It's very enjoyable.
And he's on ESPN all the time.
How about that? So I said, you know what, Betty Boop, not my favorite, but I do like some of those old cartoons. I like Popeye. I like some of the things that I grew up with. My absolute favorite is Bugs Bunny. I'll tell you, to this day, love all those cartoons. Bugs Bunny is a badass. I think he's a metaphor for Jesus, if I could be totally honest. If Bugs Bunny says to you, I hope you know this means war, you're fucked, bro.
Gotcha.
Pack it up, put it in a bindle, go home, you're done. You're finished, okay? So I say, I like Bugs Bunny. She says to me, I have a Bugs Bunny tattoo.
Oh.
We now have a connection.
Oh.
I have a Bugs Bunny tattoo. I said, that's incredible. Her friend all of a sudden perks up and she goes, don't show him the tattoo.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
And I say,
yeah. You have to know where it is now.
I now need to see this tattoo.
Yes,
I mean, everybody's been drinking. You brought it up. This is your fault, not my fault. We need to see this tattoo.
I feel like you're inviting me in.
That's exactly right. It would be, I would really be dropping the ball here. So she goes, stop. What? I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him the tattoo. So she stands up. She stands up, not unlike how I'm standing up right now.
Oh, no.
She stands up. She grabs her leg.
Okay.
She pulls it up.
Okay.
To show her thigh.
Sure.
And on her thigh, Tyler, is roughly the size of a dinner plate, about this big.
So probably a foot across.
I would, maybe not that, maybe about 9 inches across each way, is Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
With Lola Bunny.
Okay.
Bent over his lap with her panties around her ankles, slapping the shit out of her ass.
Oh.
And I said, that's all, folks. Tyler, bartender confessions caught me off guard. I gotta be honest, did not anticipate Bugs Bunny BDSM.
Now, I don't want to comment on her looks.
Put a carrot in there.
But were you attracted to this person? Because I feel like that really draws you in or pushes you away.
It is a polarizing act.
Yeah.
I will say this. She had this air of crazy energy to her that unfortunately for me, I find attractive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's not whether she was attractive or not. She was a little bit crazy and you know.
I totally understand.
My history with trauma has, but I didn't do anything. The spanking of Lola on your thigh, I don't want to say it's a red flag. I just, you know.
You know, it's a red flag. Just you communicating that story to me felt a little wiggle.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And on her other thigh, an actual red flag tattoo. And I'm like, you know what? You're just being helpful.
That's too on the nose.
I like that.
That is, I mean, at the very least,
bartender confession.
At the very least, she got it in a place where she has to pull her pant leg all the way up in order for it to be seen.
Huge, and colored,
and very clearly she wants to be seen.
Well done. I mean, it's a well done tattoo.
Oh, good.
Lola Bunny. I mean, she's keeping it tight.
Yeah.
Keep up. You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna do a You Got Mail here and just send you Lola Bunny porn. Just didn't have time.
Thank God for my mailbox.
You're the big loser here.
Thank God.
All right, Tyler. Give me a GBI. Give me a good story, a bad story, and an interesting story in the world today.
You got it. Ryan, let's jump right in.
Do you not have the music?
Tower, good. I don't have my little button.
What's going on with you? We need to.
Just no button thing.
Okay, I support you.
I'm gonna put it in afterwards.
I like the sounds. It's just it adds. We'll talk about this off air.
Boop, boop. For our good Ryan.
Wow.
Cheetahs. Do you like them?
The strip club.
No, the animal.
I think cheetahs are absolutely breathtaking. I think they're beautiful animals. Like they are running machines made of muscle.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, they went extinct in India more than 70 years ago. I wonder why. Goddamn humans.
Yeah.
In an effort to reintroduce them to the country, 8 were brought over from Namibia last year and another 12 were brought over from South Africa last month. Well, 8 new cheetah cubs have been born in India, a first again in more than 70 years after they were declared extinct. This is being described as a momentous occasion. Welcome, cheetah cubs.
Welcome to the Menendez family, cheetah
That's
cubs.
right.
That's exactly right.
Technically, those cheetahs are technically those cheetahs
We're leaving this in, Tyler.
Technically, those cheetahs are ours, guys.
The water boy's a cheetah.
I got there.
You crushed that thing, man.
I got there.
Woo! Nailed it.
All for the funniest joke I've ever told.
It was good. It was worth the wait. Those cheetah cubs are probably the cutest freaking thing that's ever happened.
Adorable.
I can only
adorable.
imagine.
They're just pure fur. It's adorable.
Yep. I love a cheetah. Love the big cats. Some of my favorite animals. Pumas, love it. Panthers, love it. Anyway, I'm not just going to give a list of big cats here. You understand.
You're just going to list off animals?
They're just so lithe and so graceful in what they can, even regular house cats, the way that they could jump and land on the top of a door is just, to me, I think that's really awesome.
Well, you look at like a jaguar that can catch its prey, which is almost the same size as it, put it in its mouth, and then climb up a fucking tree with another animal its same weight almost. That's pretty wild.
Well, there are so many animals that are strong and that are good at certain things, and just the big cats, they have such like a dolphin, they have such a mix of muscle and dexterity that it's just really a graceful thing to watch.
Give me some of that. For our bad, Ryan.
Let's go.
You stupid.
Ryan.
3 of the cheetah cubs have died.
I know. That's super bad.
Somebody sucked out the meat.
That's, like those poor ducklings.
Yeah.
If you need that reference, go to an earlier
Don't
episode.
do it.
Ryan, we have seen this movie before, and in my personal opinion, the original sucked. A train hauling ethanol containing gasoline derailed in Raymond, Minnesota, which ignited several of the rail cars and forced a mandatory evacuation of the entire town of 800. The EPA is monitoring the situation.
What is going on? Is there just a degradation of the train tracks?
I learned that there is actually over, on average, 1,000 train derailments in the U.S. every single year.
Haven't we been working on this for like 500 to like, I don't want to put an actual number of how long trains have existed because I'll sound like an idiot.
Yeah, don't say 500 years. Don't say 500 years.
400?
600?
Am I getting colder? Shit.
Yeah, and that's...
How long have trains? We can review how long have trains existed.
And this is what deregulation looks like. There was a point where the regulation body, I forget the name, that controls this stuff was going to force these train companies to put necessary brakes and more advanced brakes on their trains so this problem lessened. And the train companies went, no, we got it. Don't you worry,
Sure.
we got it.
Well, rich people, they care about the people under them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by under them, they mean the people being crushed by the trains.
We're looking at you, R&R Railroad. Is that a thing?
Could be.
Reading? Reading is definitely one.
I know the Reading Rainbow is a thing.
Lamar Burton, save us. It's pretty crazy, and that's the fact of the matter is, and I know we always get political on the show, or however people see some of this. I had people come into the bar last night that had a lot to say about our conversation on gun control from an earlier episode. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Were they pro our conversation?
They happen to agree with what it was that we said. But I just don't think that all of this stuff has to be political when you say the people at the top should be, protecting the people who are disproportionately affected by this stuff, which is almost always poor people.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's,
or at the
drinking water.
Or at the very least, held accountable.
Held accountable.
If they're not held accountable, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, what is money for if it's not for buying my way out of the things that I caused, Tyler?
Oh, that's what money's for.
Sure.
I got to get some of that.
Richie Rich is an arsonist. Can I say that?
I don't think he's a real person, so I think you're okay.
Okay.
I don't think his estate is going to come after
I got
us.
scared there. I don't know what happened.
And let's just jump right into our interesting, Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Before we go into our interesting, this is going to be a weekend review because the story had just dropped. I said it. The story had just been released.
Sure. It was leaked early.
North Southern, I forget the name of the train company, the bad one in East Palestine in Ohio, that really bad one
I know
a month
what you
ago.
mean. The one that caught national attention.
That's right. They're now being sued by the Department of Justice for what they did. This could
DOJ?
could be huge. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's the idea of the people at the top, and I know I'm just hitting the same note over and over again.
It's true though.
Them policing themselves and actually holding the people who are accountable. The NCAA looked into all of these tampering and all of these frauds with people buying their players as they've been doing for decades. The only people, it was like 3 black guys who got
assistant coaches.
They have no power in the and forgive me for talking about black people in a swath, but I think
that's literally what it was.
It's easy to look at the NCAA, which is the college athletic,
something
structure.
association, yeah.
98% of the workforce is black people, and 1% of the people who actually have power in it is black people. And so the people who took the hit for it were just like random,
scapegoats.
There were scapegoats and people who weren't head coaches, and these guys who were just running the money are the people who got punished, and the people who made the decisions never get punished. And it's the way the system's set up. Burn it to the ground, Tyler. I'm tired. I'm going to lie down.
Let me take care of this interesting
Thank
for
you.
us, Ryan.
Help me.
Well, Ryan, what feeling do you get when 2 hated enemies fight each
Horny.
other. Okay, well, that actually applies here.
Horny, Tyler.
No, two people, and I know you don't do a lot of hate, but let's say two people that you despise battle each other. What do you think? What do you feel?
Like when Apple goes after Netflix.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
No, I mean, I guess you like to see people that you don't feel good about kind of get their comeuppance. I think that's very human.
Yeah. Well, the battle between Disney and Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis.
I was close.
Continues on. You were.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. I like this, actually.
It's a fun conversation.
I love it.
Well, I don't know if those of you out there remember, but Disney spoke out against DeSantis's Don't Say Gay bill.
Well, they were forced to speak out.
Sure, but they did. That's all that matters.
Because their employees were pushing, and credit to them. They took a stand.
It was between a rock and a hard place, and I think they realized so many of our fans, the people who buy our shit,
Wait a minute.
are very pro-LGBT.
So many of the people that want to grow up and dress like princesses and like living in that world have
Just let us live, Ryan.
Tyler, just take off the wings. I can't do a podcast like this.
Well, for those who don't know, Don't Say Gay bill, it limited classrooms conversation on sexual orientation and gender identity, and specifically in public schools.
Do you think that there is anything at all to a teacher not being allowed to discuss sexual orientation with your kindergartner?
I think that there is a time and a place, and I think sexual orientation should not be discussed in a kindergarten class because their brains just aren't ready for that
As
yet.
of right now, isn't it kindergarten to third grade? And I'm not speaking on behalf of the law, of course, or the bill or whatever it is. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, and I'm just going off the top of my head. It's really hard to say because I don't know what the appropriate age is to talk. Like, I think it's very important at a certain age to talk about sex in a responsible way with kids.
Absolutely.
To get their minds ready for the changes that are going to come later in
You
life.
want to be their data source.
Of course, and let them know that this is all normal.
It's weird, bro. It's weird.
You're going to hate it, but then you're going to love it.
Satan gave you that erection.
Well, there is dude, this is such a boss move on Disney. Are kids still saying boss?
No.
There is a committee that oversees all of the Disney company's growth in Central Florida, and it has 5 board members.
What's that called? The railroad company or?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know. It's okay. No, it's all right. But the committee members were, as you can imagine, very pro-Disney. So anytime Disney wanted to expand more into their territory, anytime they wanted to grow up height-wise, they had to get an okay by this committee. But of course, the committee totally on board with whatever they wanted to do.
Well, and I think you're missing the biggest part of that, which is their special taxed status. That Disney, obviously, for bringing, what are they in this state? They've got to be up there with anybody as far as bringing money in.
Oh, I would imagine they're the top dog.
I'm guessing
with revenue.
Week in review.
Yeah.
But what I would say is they gave them a very sweet tax deal because that's the way that business works. We take care of the people who take care of us. and
Exactly.
Everybody else go bleep them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, DeSantis replaced those 5 board members with people loyal to him in an apparent attempt to fuck with Disney.
Espionage.
When the board members arrived on their first day of the new positions, they discovered that the previous board, just a few weeks prior, had approved legal pacts that would essentially tie the hands of the new board for 30 years.
Can you do that?
Absolutely. They were the ones in charge prior to the new board coming in, and it was done all through lawyers and legal channels.
Yeah.
So they came in, and the new board is basically given word to, our hands are so tied, the only thing we're allowed to manage at this point is the roads.
Okay. 30-year break, everybody.
Yeah.
30-year break. You good? You guys want a little barbecue? What are you?
So now DeSantis has brought in, count them, 3 outside separate law firms to help them break this pact that Disney has
chisel away.
pushed through.
That's DeSantis. He's a hell of a dude.
It's interesting, and yes, Disney, billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of a company, but they are still a company.
Yep.
And our government, our state government,
for now,
and our state government is trying to undermine them and attack them It is just such a weird time that we are living
Well,
in.
it's a good thing that we have all of this time and effort to put in on kindergarten teachers saying the word gay.
Oh, you can't do that, Ryan.
Oh, no, they shouldn't because, this whole thing of all of our children being shot in the face while they're at school is kind of a downer. So it's good that we have something else to really focus our effort and time on.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about dead kids.
Sure.
I want to talk about
Sure.
fucking Bob Iger and DeSantis getting in the ring together.
Listen, let's protect the ones that haven't been shot. You know what I mean? Instead of, look, we can't do anything about our kids being shot every single day of the year.
Obviously.
Let's focus on the ones that are still breathing.
I like bodies with no bullets in them.
We got to keep a positive mindset about this, guys. Let's not be dragged down by the dead kids. This guy, I'm sorry. No political stuff.
Yeah,
but
no political
the
stuff.
worst!
The worst.
The worst!
The worst. The worst.
Embarrasses me, Tyler.
It's called fascism. And that, Ryan, is a very fascist GBI.
The fascist moment in entertainment. Great job, Tyler. Please tell people how they can reach out and be fascists to us. I think I said that wrong.
Well, go to thoseguysyouhate.com. We have all the links right there. We need your support. As Ryan said earlier in the show, biggest month ever. We are growing.
It's exciting,
and we're not
man.
even fucking doing anything.
It feels good, and we're about to start doing something.
We're coming back, baby.
We are going to, I don't want to say tentatively as if we're not going to try, but we're going to try to express ourselves more and get ourselves out there on social media.
We're going to do at first, I think I could use the word subtle, but consistent social media presence.
Consistency is the key in life, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Sure. Thoseguysyouhate.com. Get over there and help us, man.
Click on it.
That's it. Become a member of the Haitian Army. And I know we have a lot of, way too many dick jokes on this week's episode, but
Ryan's got dicks on the brain.
We hope that you've sensed the love that we have here, and we want to spread it to you guys and spread it everywhere else. Not you, DeSantis. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's the moral of the story?
No, because if he finds out we're Menendez's, he'll deport our asses.
I thought he liked the Menendezes.
Ryan. This moral of the story, I'm going to go ahead and say, and for all the conservatives, anybody who labels themselves as conservative who might still be listening.
Well, can you be a conservative and still be a nice person? I don't think it's just all conservatives, is it?
Oh, I didn't say anything about nice or bad. That's not where I was going. I was just saying after that whole DeSantis thing, I would imagine conservatives may have shut us off already.
Yeah.
But if you're still listening, please keep listening, because what I'm about to say, just hear me out. I think the moral of the story is, I'm going to say, protect our planet. Now, don't shut it off. Don't shut it off. What I mean by that, I'm going to go basic as possible. When we walk outside of our houses, we are in a communal area.
Sure.
We share this
area.
area.
It's the living room of the world.
It's the living room of the world, Ryan.
Get your foot off that.
So when you are walking down the sidewalk and you have garbage in your hand,
that hurts me.
And you just throw it down on the ground, or those pieces of garbage who shove it into a plant or into the hedges.
No, that's good. You're fine.
I hate you.
You're fine.
No, I don't hate you. I don't. That came out, but I don't hate you. But if you could just hold on to your garbage and throw it away in a trash can, we could all enjoy this communal area together. I'm not even going to get into global warming or any of that liberal hippy dippy stuff. Don't worry about it. It just throw your garbage away, dude.
It's a basic.
Who wants to go outside and see your fucking garbage?
That hurts me in a way that there are very few things that make me want to, and I don't fully mean this, but
aggressive,
start a fight. Be like grab that and shove it in their face. And the thing
like
that
the bush,
people don't recognize that it's a living thing. And anyway, nonetheless,
not just that,
just
for the people around you. Let's not even talking about the earth, dude. You're living around other people.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's super disrespectful to everybody else.
Agreed.
That's all. Ryan, what's the moral of the story?
I challenge the person who is listening to this to really, push up against yourself and think everything that I've chased in my life, everything that I was positive that I not just wanted, but needed. This is the person that I'm supposed to be, and this is the person that I want to show to everyone. This is the image that I've decided on. Has that always been good for you? Have you always been pushing in the right direction? And if that is maybe a no, maybe a maybe. I challenge you to look inside yourself and really ask yourself the question, do I know what's best for me? And I think that could be something that could really change the way that you look at your life.
Nice.
My name is Ryan.
My name is Tyler.
And we are doing the wrong way to end the
I even
show.
followed you down that road. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
I knew it. I got you.
That does sound right.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
We're those guys you hate.
Be kind or we'll kill you.
Nailed it.
All right, red circle.
Red circle.
Mm-hmm. So RJ, your son, best player on his basketball team.
I would say so. I haven't seen a bunch of them yet, but I would say he was probably the most skilled guy out there. I'm telling you, last year he was playing with dudes with frickin' AARP cards. I mean, he was playing with men.
That's what I was thinking.
Sure.
Because I was relating it to the last time I saw him play, but that must have been last season, right?
It was, and those kids have now moved on. I assumed a couple of them had kids of their own.
To the G League?
Yeah, right.
About to go into the
Right,
NBA.
exactly. It was weird seeing Dwayne Wade there, but he is the best. But the thing is, and I say that, with I'm holding judgment for a little while longer, but from what I saw, the problem is he was playing like it, and he's playing very cocky. Nobody wants to hear about your son's basketball game, but nonetheless,
That's true. That's true.
A lot of turnovers. He should be a facilitator, brother. You don't have to be the guy who scores every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we see more often than not in the NBA that hero ball where you just make yourself the guy can backfire on you so easily.
Yeah. Yep.
It makes you look like an asshole.
Sure.
If it works, it's amazing.
He got a tech for slamming the ball down, and I'm like, player, come on. I know that's not your game.
for slamming the ball down.
I would imagine they're trying to teach these kids very early, like, don't do that.
Okay.
And I agree with it. Don't be
you mean he dribbled it really hard?
Nobody cares about this. I'm wrapping this up here.
This is our pregame, damn it.
I allow you to fast forward. Some kid took a charge. It was a charge. The kid got his feet down, and RJ was already being called kind of rough, so he slammed the ball down. They called it tech. I'm like, now you look like an asshole. Nonetheless, Tyler, I don't know if you have noticed.
What's that?
But today, for whatever the reason, I've been a little sicky recently. Today, I woke up with a serious radio voice.
Sounds good.
It sounds good.
Sounds good.
I always wanted to be a radio broadcaster secretly. I grew up listening to AM radio, and I feel like today's my day. I want to try it.
Well, that just 24 hours. It's very
Right now.
short
Right now.
stint.
Sure.
Well, and that's back in the day, you had to have a good voice because all you had was your voice. And now with technology, you can just have a funny face and you got it going on.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about the invention of video?
Video, yeah. Yeah,
I
everybody's
understand.
tapping into YouTube, and now you get to see your favorite person. Is PewDiePie still a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing or not. Maybe
I would
I'm
assume so.
Showing my age.
But I think that I am all out of sorts here, Tyler.
Yeah, you're moving around a lot.
Yeah, this wasn't.
He's fidgeting.
I'm sorry. I'm just so.
You didn't give me the layout of your table, so all I could do is plug things in.
You did a great job. I mean, and also you have my microphone because I don't have this. Nonetheless, Tyler.
Oh.
Let me try my radio.
Is this
voice
why
here.
this microphone smells so good?
Tyler? I was weird to walk in and find you sitting on it. But nonetheless, I did. I always wanted to be a broadcaster. I got a little joke here that I want to do. Should I do it? I feel like I've been
Stand up! Stand up! Yay!
Well, it's not
Make
really
me laugh,
stand up.
clown.
All right, I was going to do a broadcaster voice, and here's
let's hear it.
I was going to tell you what I was going to do, and then what you were going to do as this just dies here on the vine.
Okay. All right.
Hi, you're. I don't want to do it anymore, Tyler.
No, you can't. You can't tease the
The
audience
joke was
like
going to
that.
be I was going to say WKKK, and then you were going to be like, you can't say.
You do this so often where you tell us about these great jokes that you're gonna do.
You were going to laugh and laugh, and we were all just going to sit around and slap our knee and be like, damn, we have a good time together. But now this.
Well, I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
We were going to hug. It was going to be nice.
Oh, we had a brotherly moment.
It was.
Oh.
Tyler, are you allowed to say releases new music anymore? Can you say, Missy Elliott released a new song yesterday, or do I have to say dropped?
Yeah, I think it might.
Will I be canceled if I say? Because I'm going to take a stand here.
Well, I think you would just be showing your age. I think it's a generational thing.
Tyler, Green Day has recorded a new album.
Oh, you showed your age just by saying Green Day.
Tyler, they are going to be facilitating it to the masses pretty soon.
Yeah, that's not great. I think you have to say dropping.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like yesterday I was talking to my friend and I learned, at least according to her, that handle, meaning a handle of liquor.
Yep.
The term for that is generational. The older crowd, no idea what a handle is.
What?
Yeah, they just call it a liter or a liter 0.75 or something like that.
Statistics and the math nerds is just taken over every facet of life, and I don't think it's serving us.
They
you know
all
what
are
I mean?
engineers, so that might have something to do with it.
I've heard that all kids are engineers. I have heard that.
I meant the older crowd that was giving their feedback on this.
Yeah, yes, because all of their dads gave them good jobs, Tyler. They're all gone now.
Oh,
you know
good
what I
for
mean?
them. Good for them.
Tyler, there is a Chick-fil-A down the street that nobody goes to.
I basically should know all those people by name at this point.
Nobody go. Am I mad? Am I crazy? Have I been fooled by Big Chick?
Have you? That can't be what it's called. It can't be what it's called.
Am I nuts to look at an empty drive-through?
It's filling up.
Chick-fil-A. I drove by there today. Nobody.
Oh, wow.
Nobody.
Wow.
Big Chick, I dare you to come on this show and give us the real answers.
You're one step away from challenging Scientology. Be very careful. Big Chick, feelers everywhere, buddy.
Probably scarier than Scientology. You said that you listened to a last podcast on Left on Miscavige?
I am currently listening to it. Yeah.
I would check that out.
Apparently, and this may shock you, bit of a sociopath, that
Really?
Miscavige. Yeah.
That's the problem. I see some of this in my actual life where when I was in the throes of narcissism, as hard as that is and as much as I didn't know that it was my insecurity that was causing it, it really did make a lot of things easier. Sociopaths rise to the top of a lot of companies. CEOs and politicians are at the top of sociopathic occupations because in some ways it serves you.
Well, you have to take advantage of people, and it's really hard to do that when you have morals and ethics.
You don't have to disassociate if you never cared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing is you say that it's an advantage, but you have to be a real sociopath because you can ignore those feelings up to a certain point. But if you're not a real sociopath, they build and build and build, and they will affect you sometime down the line.
But I will tell you, that time is long, and you will enjoy it. I mean, it's
so immediate gratification.
It's the highs and lows of life, Tyler. What do you want to stay down the middle? Oh, what are you, Tao? I mean, get out of here with that shit. But yeah, that's it. That's how I'm going to end this. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot what we were talking about, if I could be honest. And honestly, my memory is starting to really become a worrisome situation for me, and it should be for the audience. I lost my train of thought right there in the middle of a...
Well, first we were talking about Scientology, and second of all, it could be a little fun, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Sure.
We could just slowly listen to you lose your mind on air.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
This will be the podcast featuring that giant Indian that never talked.
What?
There was a big Indian that never talked. I believe he's the one who broke Jack Nicholson out of there. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Shameful admission. Saw it? Meh.
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Meh. It's it's a celebrated movie. I'm sure I'm missing something. Meh.
Well, now Jack Nicholson's going to come after us.
Okay.